Fiberworld.
I'm going to introduce you. So, while I've been running the business, Kel's been a professor. And for the first time this summer, Kel had no classes to teach, and no other projects that they were really working on. So they decided, since as everything was getting canceled, that we needed an online show that was something really as close to a regular show, with all the, not all the, but what do we want to say, with all the feel of an in-person show.
Yeah,
as much as possible.
Yeah, and like kind of asking, so my, what I teach, I'm
Yeah.
a professor of game design at Champlain College in Vermont, and a lot of what I do with my students is what constitutes, like for the user, what constitutes a real feeling experience. And when we say real, that could be like real, if like I'm flying on a dragon, or it doesn't have to be verisimilitude necessarily, but it has to convince the person that they are there, and it has to make them want to be there more. And how could we do that for a fiber festival that was online? Because we've seen all like this stuff like this is so great, and people mobilized so fast to think up solutions to try and bring vendors to their customers and customers together and all of this stuff. And there have been all these great solutions, but I thought, what would happen if we just came at it intentionally? Like, rather than having it be stopgap, we just said, what would like a totally virtual fiber festival look like? What elements would we want? And so we would want people to get together and get to hang out. And we would want people to be able to go shopping, which we really miss. Like, right? Like, shopping's big.
And vendors were complaining that one of the things they were missing was getting to actually talk one-on-one with their customers, because sometimes a customer has questions. And
we love our customers.
Online,
yes.
And shopping online isn't the same.
It's not the same, right? And it isn't just that you can't squish the yarn, which is also sad, right? But we all kind of know what yarn feels like. But the chance to interact with the vendor, to ask questions, for us to get to know our customers. You know, this isn't an industry where we're just kind of like, oh, we have 10 million customers and we don't know them. And so, like, we know all of you. Like, the majority of you who are listening right now, I probably know, besides Mom. You know, or I have seen, like, I would recognize your face from a show, and we were missing that. And then also all the other stuff, online classes. So I got together some game development students with a team of a game designer, a programmer, and a producer. And then we brought in another student from UVM, who is a graphic designer.
University of Vermont.
Yeah, that. Anyway, and she's doing some stuff. And then we have some other folks who are working on it, including Becca. She can drag her in. And so we've created Fiberworld, and it is actually going to be ready to go and launching on August 19th. That's when the show is open. It's going to run through the weekend. So it's going to be the 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd. That's 5 days of a show. It's going to be all online, and it's going to be on a website. So what's going to happen is Monday, 2 days from now, you're going to be able to go get your tickets. And you're going to buy your tickets in advance, and you're going to hold on to your tickets, but they're virtual, so you're not going to really hold on to them. Your computer's going to hold on to them. But you're going to get your ticket, and on the day of the show, you're going to be logged into the site, and you'll be logging into the festival. And you'll be able to go to the main stage, where we will have streaming of events all weekend long. We're going to have everything from lectures to demos to interviews and panels. We have some great hosts. And
who's hosting?
Who's hosting? So some faces that you know. Franklin Habit is one of our hosts, and we're delighted to have him. And we also have Nasinamad Diode, who is an incredible crochet designer, just incredible. Like, House of Nasat is his brand. And those of you who went to Vogue in January got to see his show there, and it just brought the house down. People were just stunned. It is couture on the one hand and also art. And incredible. Incredible. And he is such an incredible human being. So we're so honored to have him. And then also my good friend Marianne Monraj, who has just released her book, Serendip Kitchen. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And she is
her Serendip brand.
And her Serendip brand. And it's all about lifestyle. And it's about lifestyle and this kind of modern idea of like what we consider hearth and home has expanded.
Yeah.
And even in this time of COVID, that our consciousness is much more global, that we're concerned about our community in addition to our family, and we think of, our neighborhood as our community, and sort of integrating all of those things.
Yeah.
And talking about social justice in the same breath that we're talking about what we're going to have for dinner, and is it sustainable, and yet something that we can feed all of our kids without them going yuck. And all these sort of pragmatic things.
Right.
So yeah, and so you're going to be able to
Wait, and also on the main stage is
main stage, yes,
is a fashion show.
A fashion show, and also I hear the vendors are going to put together.
Am I so sad that am I the only one who's like missed fashion shows?
I've missed fashion shows. I've missed fashion shows. So we're going to do a fashion show. People are going to send us their walk. I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to splice it all together, and then our MCs are going to host it. It's going to be great. And I hear a rumor that one of the vendors is now putting together a pet fashion show, so you may have an opportunity to enter your pets in the pet fashion show. We're also going to have online instruction, so you'll have fantastic classes. I can't even tell you, we've got some great instructors signed up, and some really different stuff, like really different, great classes. So you'll be able to register for those pretty soon. And then we will also have the vendor booths are going to be really neat. So each of the vendors has their own webpage on our website. And you're going to be able to go to their webpage, and that's going to be their booth. And you're going to be able to go into their page, and sometimes during the weekends, the vendors will actually be there in their booth on the internet. We're going to smoosh them into the internet, and they're going to pop up from, we're going to have a Zoom. Hello, oh God, what have I done? Would you like some yarn?
It's like Mike TV from
I will trade you
the Chocolate Factory. What?
It's like Wonka Vision.
Yeah,
exactly. Right. We'll trade you yarn to leave. Did you rub my lamp here? Do you want some yarn? Anyway, yes.
No, so the top of every virtual vendor booth is a streaming window.
Yep.
And vendors will be in their booth.
Yep.
Throughout the weekend.
Yep.
Not 24/7.
Not 24. Well, I don't know. Some vendors might be.
I mean, if they're crazy.
Yes. I mean, maybe they will.
Take
maybe
it in
like,
turns, right?
Vendor cam. We're like watching them go around the room and sleep and things like that. I don't know. Hilarious.
But yeah, we'll be there, and you can
interact with them.
You can
so not
click
only
a button and
say hello.
Say hello.
And ask them about the stuff that's there and shop, and they'll be able to help you. And they may even, some vendors may even have some stock that they can show you also on their screen. That's up to the vendors. We're really leaving it open to the vendors of what they do.
Yeah.
Some vendors are already planning to host events and parties. People are talking about virtual yarn crawls, going to all the booths. We're definitely going to have, speaking of, we're going to have prizes.
Oh, lots of prizes.
Door prizes. Vendors vendors and door prizes. Yes, I don't know. It's weird. They're like, let us give you all the things. And we have some great vendors already. If you go to the website, it's fiberworld2020.com or fiberworldshow.com. Either of those will work. Fiberworld2020.com. Right now you can subscribe to the mailing list, and on Monday you will be able to purchase a ticket for the show.
And then, is it Friday?
By Friday we should have a registration for classes as well. So get your ticket, register for your classes,
and
come to the show.
If you decide to register so with your ticket,
Mm-hmm.
you get the main stage, you get lounges where you can go and hang out with friends and have virtual knit nights like we've all been doing. You get the marketplace, access to the marketplace.
All the vendors.
There's a second level of entrance that gets you to a second stage where there'll be some more stuff going on.
Stage.
The super fine.
Super fine.
And then if you decide to sign up for classes, the $15 for your entrance ticket, your regular ticket,
just deducted.
Gets you get that discount on your classes. So essentially, if you come to classes, you get to come in for free.
That's right. And it's going to be an annual event. This is the first of many. And we want it to become global. We have already invited instructors. We have instructors who are going to be coming to you from the UK.
And Peru.
And yes, and we have instructors from Hawaii. So, and we're going to slowly expand that. Eventually, I want it to be like 24/7 event and all this stuff going on, and taking classes in Korea, and so we're really hoping that we can take advantage of the virtual world and do it in a way that's immersive and fun, and people have a good time and can be social, especially now with COVID, but also past COVID. There's some of us, I get tired going to all these shows, and for customers, you tend to be kind of constrained by local stuff. Like, I would like to go all the way out to California to a show, but it's a lot.
There are people who can go to only go to their local vendors. You can only go to their local
Right.
shows. They're not big enough.
Right.
And if you aren't in California, you don't get to see that
Right.
vendor.
And the California people don't get to see the small vendors from the East Coast who
Right.
can't travel all the way out there. Well, meanwhile, on top of that, some customers don't want to or can't go all the way out to California, or people from London can't shop California vendors. But this way, we're gonna bring everybody together. It's gonna be awesome.
And we've got at least one UK vendor confirmed.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
And she's instructing
Jess
as
just
well.
said we had one UK vendor
One
already.
UK vendor confirmed.
So.
Yeah, and I think a second's coming up because I remember talking to somebody in
There you go.
the information thing. So yeah, so we'll have an information video up, and if you have any questions about it, you can ask 100 Ravens. 100 Ravens is one of the sponsors, because we're crazy like that. Yeah, I know, because my wife listens.
Well, isn't there somebody? Can you email info at
Yes,
Fiberworld?
there is a yes. So we have Facebook. Jess will put all the.
It's already been.
Of course it has. Of course she has. You can join our Facebook group, and you can subscribe to the mailing list. And then, yeah, info@fiberworldshow.com. If you have questions, just email us. And I think the other thing I wanted to say too is accessibility. That was
Oh yeah.
a really big thing. Like, we were talking about, there's some, we all love Rhinebeck, we all love these big shows, but for a lot of people, they're not accessible. They're not practical. They can't afford to go. And we wanted this to be available to everyone, and we're really working hard on making the website as accessible as possible. It's all in a browser. You'll be able to get to it from your phone, your computer, from anything. Yeah, and because you're not having to upload a whole bunch of different programs, everything's right there in the browser for you. So yeah, so it should be fun. So yes, thank you, and thanks for the time to do that. I appreciate being able to announce that to you all. So
Yay.
yay!